नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Nathan Prabhu, you can go down there. The third one from the right, just bring all the way down. Third from the right. Yeah, bring all the way down. Down. 0. Absolute 0. Yeah, thanks. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 15. Yam hi na vyathayanti ete purusham purusha rishabha sama dukha sukham dhiram sah amritatvaya kalpate। यम हि न व्यथयन्त्येते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभा समदुःख सुखं धीरं सोमृतत्वाय कल्पते। यम हि न व्यथयन्त्येते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभा समदुःख सुखं धीरं सोमृतत्वाय कल्पते। यम हि न व्यथयन्त्येते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभा समदुःख सुखं धीरं सोमृतत्वाय कल्पते। यम हि न व्यथयन्त्येते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभा समदुःखसुखं धीरम् सोऽमृतत्वाय कल्पते यं हि न व्यथयन्त्येते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभा समदुःखसुखं धीरम् सोऽमृतत्वाय कल्पते यं हि न व्यथयन्त्येते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभा समदुःखसुखं धीरम् सोऽमृतत्वाय कल्पते। माताजी, यं हि न व्यथयन्त्येते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभा समदुःखसुखं धीरम् सोऽमृतत्वाय कल्पते। यं हि न व्यथयन्त्येते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभा समदुःखसुखं धीरम् सोऽमृतत्वाय कल्पते। यं हि न व्यथयन्त्येते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभा समदुःखसुखं धीरम् सोऽमृतत्वाय कल्पते। यम, one to whom, he, certainly, na, never, vyathayanti, are distressing, ete, all these, purusham, to a person, purusha rishabha, O best among men, sama, unaltered, dukkha, in distress, sukham, and happiness, dhiram, patient, saha, he, amritatvaya, for liberation, kalpate, is considered eligible. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation: O best among men, Arjuna, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. Please repeat. O best among men, Arjuna, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. Purport: anyone who is steady in his determination for the advanced stage of spiritual realization and can equally tolerate the onslaughts of distress and happiness is certainly a person eligible for liberation. In the Varnashram institution, the fourth stage of life, namely the renounced order, sannyas, is a painstaking situation, but one who is serious about making his life perfect surely adopts the sannyas order of life in spite of all difficulties. The difficulties usually arise from having to sever family relationships to give up the connection of wife and children. But if anyone is able to tolerate such difficulties, surely his path to spiritual realization is complete. Similarly, in Arjuna's discharge of duties as a Kshatriya, he is advised to persevere even if it is difficult to fight with his family members or similarly beloved persons. Lord Chaitanya took sannyas at the age of 24, and his dependents, young wife as well as old mother, had no one else to look after them. Yet for a higher cause he took sannyas and was steady in the discharge of higher duties. That is the way of achieving liberation from material bondage. So this verse is just after the You know, the last week we discussed Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhadah agamapayano nityastam stitikshasva bharata. So prior to this, Krishna explained in the 2:13 that we are the soul and not the body. The body keeps changing, but the soul, we the soul are eternal and remain the same. So since we are the souls, we should not be the next consequent 2:14 and now today is 2:15. Krishna is saying, since you are not the body, so you have to tolerate the urges of the body or the demands of the body. And in happiness and distress, one must be steady. So, here it is said in the previous verse, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course. Just like it's not that when a reversal comes in life, it is going to stay forever. No, it will pass. Just as it has come, it will also pass. So, just like the example is given nicely, the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. So, in winter it's very cold, but we just have to tolerate. What else can we do? We still have to go to work, we still have to get our things done. Even though it is cold and uncomfortable, inconvenient, still we have to go and do. Because our duties we cannot give an excuse. So if it is true for even material duties like working or maintaining a family, how much more it is important and a mandate for spiritual realization. Actually, the human life is meant for spiritual realization. Just providing for the family and providing for oneself, that is not the aim of human life. That is a part of routine. But that is not the aim of human life, because even that facility is given even for the animals and birds and insects. Even they also can look after their children and family, and they can build house. We are renting house. They have own house. They have next. They are making their own houses. They are building without any problem. So actually, they are more advanced in that sense. Without any education, without any developed intelligence. So if we try to excel or compete with the animals in their domain, what is their domain? This is their domain. Ahara nidra bhayamaithunam cha. Please chant. Samanyametat pashubhir naranam dharmo hitesham adhiko vishesho dharmena hinah pashubhih samanah. Eating, sleeping, sex and defense. These four principles are common to both human beings and animals. The distinction between human life and animal life is that a man can search after God but an animal cannot. That is the difference. Therefore, a man without that urge for searching after God is no better than an animal. So if we are doing all this, maintaining family, building house, then maybe it is a necessity or a routine work. But the problem with today's civilization is we are making it the aim of life. That is the center of our whole. This is called Graha Medhi. Graha Medhi means his whole focus is how to improve the family situation. That is said here, Ahara Nidra Bhayamaithunam cha. Eating, sleeping, sex and defense. These are exactly the same things we are doing in human life. But if we do not search after God, if we do not have that urge, then we are competing with the animals in their domain. The only thing which distinguishes us as humans is that we can search after God. They say the distinction between animals and man is that we are a social animal. They don't have societies. The animals don't have societies. They have their own social clubs. They have the ants. You see how nicely they build cities, their own cities. How? They are not going to degree to learn engineering, civil engineering, but they are building nicely. We are building tunnels here. Rats are also building tunnels, Prabhupada said. Dogs are running on four legs, we are running on four wheels. So, in which way are we very much different or advanced than the animals? And what they are running for, what they are building all this for, same ahara nidra bhaya maithunam cha. The birds are flying, we have aeroplane, the birds are already flying without aeroplane. We sometimes crash, they don't crash. So, even a mosquito cannot crash. Mosquito doesn't crash. So small. But our big planes are crashing. So, we are so-called advancing, we are telling technological advancement. What is the technological advancement? We are just becoming better rats, better birds, better dogs, better ants. We are not becoming human beings. We are going far away from it. They say man was a caveman before. They used to stay in caves. Not advanced. Stone Age. But actually we have Vedic information. Ramachandra Bhagavan, millions of years ago, Prahlad Maharaj, huge palaces, everything, very, very vast, much more grand than our current civilization. We have to eat on plastic plates. They used to eat on golden plates every day. And yes, there were some men in the caves, the great rishis, munis, the sages, saintly people. They stayed in caves not because they could not build a house. They stayed there because they do not want to waste time building a house. Because the animals are also doing the same thing. Let me not waste time. Let me use that time for self-realization. And not only for my self-realization, let me write books for other self-realization, like Vyasadeva. He wrote, sadhus, they are only real sadhus. We are talking about real sadhus, not some fake sadhus. We are talking about, nowadays it is very fashionable. People just wear some orange color cloth and become sadhu, and every millions of people come and bow down to them. Not that kind of rascals. We are talking about actual sadhu. What is sadhu? Who is a devotee of Krishna. 100% devotee of Krishna, and with exclusively. Why only Krishna? Durga devotee is not sadhu? No. Shiva devotee is not? No. Because Bhagavad Gita says, our Vedas says, what does it say? Hindus get moved away by sentiments. Oh, how can you say like that? My family has been worshipping Lord Shiva or Durga or Lord Ganesh. They are all devatas, demigods. They are all servants of Lord Vishnu. It is not that devotees don't respect them. They respect even ant also. But they don't worship the demigods. Why? Because Krishna did not want us to. And even the demigods don't like it. They themselves are devotees of Krishna. But because they have to do the duty, in the Vedas, worship of devatas are also mentioned. For those people who cannot worship Krishna because they are too envious of Krishna. Because we all in this material world are envious of Krishna. That's why we have come here. Otherwise we would never come here. We would have been in the Vaikuntha with Krishna always. But we were put into this material world. Sometimes they ask why God sent us here, if this is so much suffering. Because we asked for it. Why the government puts the rascal in the prison? Because he asked for it. Not that government likes somebody who chooses somebody, you go to prison out of whimsically. No. Somebody does some nonsense, then he is put into prison. We have done nonsense. What is our nonsense? We were envious of Krishna. Why Krishna has to be the master? I will also be the master. So that's why we are put here. This is the prison house. So that we have to understand first. So, more or less, everyone is envious of Krishna in this material world. Either it is to more degree or lesser degree. So for those people who cannot accept Krishna's authority, who does not, because you have to be pure enough to worship Krishna. To come to Krishna, yesham dvantakatam papam, jananam punya karmanam. You are all sitting here not because of by chance. Jananam punya karmanam. Many lifetimes of pious activities only can bring you here and listen about Krishna and become Krishna's devotee. It's not an easy thing. It's not something, I like, I will do, I don't like, I don't. No, it's not when you are like. the person who has attraction for this means you have to understand that he has done pious activities enough to come to this stage. Who doesn't have any interest in God, he is not. So in the Vedas the Vedas are very perfect because they try to elevate the whole humanity, no matter whether you are favorable to Krishna or not. If you are not favorable, you want to eat meat, for example. Krishna says, you offer me vegetarian category and you eat only Krishna prasadam, not even just vegetarian. You give me vegetables, fruits and all this, and you eat that prasadam. Yajna shishtasya santo. So that prasadam is a pure food. Vegetarianism also not pure food. So, but if somebody wants to eat meat, and then he is not favorable to Krishna. So what? Just leave him rot, let him rot, go to hell. No, Vedas, they try to all inclusive, include everybody. Oh, you want to eat meat? Alright, you do one thing. You do only Amavasya, once a month you eat meat. That too only goat. Before you eat, you cut the goat in front of Kali. You have to go to the temple of Kali, which is usually always outside the city. Nowadays everywhere they are building, that is another thing. But actual ways, outside the city border, it is built usually. Not everybody should go there. Only those who want to do this Balidan, they will go there and sacrifice the animal in front of Kali. In one stroke you have to kill the animal, and before you kill it you have to say, Mamsa. You have to define that word Mamsa. Mamsa means meat. So Mam means me, Sa means he. So now I am killing you, and so you can kill me in your next life. After saying that, we can kill and eat once a month, and nobody should hear the cry of the animal. It should be on the dark moon night, and not day, night. Yes. So at dark moon, Amavasya day. So many rules. Why? To restrict, because it is not good. If it was very good, Satatam Kirtanam Tamam, always chant Krishna's glory. Krishna is saying, always chant my name. Because it is good. Why good thing must be stopped? Sometimes they say too much of good is not good. That may be materially. Spiritually, the more it is, the better. Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purnamrita swadanam. It is ever increasing bliss. So it is good means it is always encouraged. But it is bad, then it is restricted. Just like smoking is restricted. There is injurious to health, picture is there, horrible disease is there, and then tax is higher on tobacco. All this is to discourage us, but still if we want to remain fool, then we can go and buy and smoke. And then later spend money here first, burn it, and then later on when our health becomes hopeless, then again spend some money and put some family members also into distress, and so spend their money also. So if I want to do this foolish thing, then yes, I can go on. So this is whole idea to restrict. So because it is not good. Still it is allowed, because if it is not allowed, then they will illegally do it. That is even worse. So this way, Vedas have all-inclusive formulas for all kinds of people. But the best of all of them will come to worshipping Krishna. Yajantihi sumedhasaha. Especially in Kali Yuga, the chanting of Hare Krishna is the proper method. Krishna Varanam Dvisha Krishnam chant. Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yajnaihi Sankirtana Praye Yajantihi Sumedhasaha. Okay, this one I have to always tell, because this is, when it is like this, is Signya. It's not Jna. Yeah? JN with that tilde. What is how to pronounce that? Tilde. TILDE. What is that? So that one together is one character in Sanskrit, is Signya. Yajnai. It's not Yajnai. But when it's J alone, then it's J. So the meaning of this is from the Bhagavatam. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Congregational chanting means all together come and chant. Just now we did Kirtan, we did Bhajan. This is the proper way of worship in Kali Yuga. The most effective way. All this Havan, Homam, all this will not actually work. No. We are doing for Diksha, all this, we are doing the home. That is all we are chanting the names of Krishna. That is actually because of name it is working. Otherwise, Kali Yuga, all this is, not nothing else actually. Harer Nama, Eva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva Gatiranyatha. In Kali Yuga, only Harinam, the name of Hari, Krishna, will work for self-realization. Nothing else will work. No other way, no other way, no other way. 3 times it is repeated. So in the age of Kali, intelligent persons, Sumedha Saha, Medha means brain substance, grey matter. Su means good intelligence. Sumedha, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Who is the incarnation of Godhead who constantly sings the name of Krishna? Who? He is incarnation of Krishna. Who is the incarnation of Godhead who constantly sings the names of Krishna? Who? Devotees are incarnations of Krishna. We are avatar of Krishna. Who is the incarnation of Godhead? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, but he came as his own devotee. So intelligent persons in Kali Yuga, they worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who sings the holy names of Krishna. Krishna Varnam. Krishna Varnam has two meanings. Varna means category, like Varnashram. Varna means category, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, like that. So Krishna Varnam means he is of the category of Krishna, Vishnu Tattva. There are Vishnu Tattva means Krishna, Balaram, Rama, Narsimha, Vamana, Varaha, all Kurma, Matsya, all these are Vishnu Tattva. They all are same. Krishna's different forms. But don't mistake that, Ganesh, Shiva, no, don't mix. They are Jiva Tattva. No, Shiva Tattva is different. Lord Shiva is almost equal to Krishna. But Brahma, no. Brahma, Indra, Ganesh, they are all Jiva Tattva like us. But who are given a very, very exalted position in the universal management because of their high qualifications in the mode of goodness. So, they are all Jiva Tattva. Then there is Shakti Tattva, like Durga. All the energies. In fact, we are also one of the energies, but we are specifically called Jiva Tattva. He has Parasa Shaktir Vividhaiva Sruyate. He has multifarious energies, Krishna. So all his different energies classified according to different tattvas, different categories, different varnas. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna Varnam. He is not Jiva Tattva. He is not like us. He is Krishna Varna. He is Krishna's category. That is one meaning. Varnam means also Varnayati, to describe. Varnam also means description. So Krishna Varna means he is always describing Krishna, chanting Krishna's name, talking about Krishna. This is his. So he is Krishna's category and is also worshipping Krishna by chanting his name. So that's why he is called incarnation of Godhead who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Intelligent persons worship him in Kali Yuga. Although his complexion is not blackish, Tvisha Akrishnam. Tvisha means complexion. Luster, complexion, color. Tvisha Akrishnam. Krishna also means what? Black. In the moon, the waxing moon and the waning moon, the waxing moon is called Shukla Paksha and the waning moon is called Krishna Paksha. The waxing fortnight and the waning fortnight, 15 days. So from Purnima to Amavasya that is called Krishna Paksha because dark. So Krishna means dark, black. Krishna, he is all attractive is one meaning. Also means black. Krishna is dark in color. But here Tvisha Akrishnam, it is not black, his complexion. Sanga Pangastra Parshadam. Sanga. See, he is coming with associates. Upanga, servitors. Astra, weapons. What is a weapon? These confidential companions are the weapons. He does not have this Shankha Chakra Gada Padma coming in four-handed form. No, nothing. No weapons, no bow and arrow, nothing. Because why Krishna came without weapons this time? Because if he came with weapons, actually everybody is liable to be killed. Because they are so fallen that actually they should be killed. So there is no point in killing. They are already like dead. So to remove their sinful activity, he came to yajna by sacrifice, sankirtana praya, consisting chiefly of congregational chanting. Yajanti, they worship. He certainly, Sumedhasa, intelligent persons. So, although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Now, those who are not so intelligent, Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavati alpamedhasam. This now we saw sumedhasam. Medha means intelligence. Sumedhasam means good intelligence. Here is alpamedhasam. It means less intelligence, very wanting intelligence. They don't have much intelligence. So what they do? Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavati alpamedhasam. Devan deva yajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. Men of small intelligence worship the demigods. So those who are devotees of Shiva or Durga or Ganesh or many other demigods, they are not considered very, very intelligent. Why? Worship the demigods and their fruits are limited and temporary, because if you worship the demigods, whatever you get from them is limited and temporary. They themselves, their post is temporary. They themselves will die one day. So whatever they can give us also is temporary, although it may be very long, sometimes short, according to what we deserve. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of the demigods. You may go to their planet, but it is still within the material universe only. Swargaloka is not some eternal life. No, Swargaloka is still in the material world only. It is as temporary as here. Here maybe we live for 80, 90 years. There we live for maybe million years, a few million years. But after that we die there also. Swargaloka is not the place we should go to. Alpamedhasa. But my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. Krishna is making a distinction. Those who, not that, all same, all gods is same. Hindus talk like this. All gods same. Then all gods same, why Krishna is saying, if you worship the devatas, you will go to their respective loka, but you worship me, you come to my planet, my supreme planet. What is Krishna's supreme planet? Parastasmatu bhavanya. He is beyond this material world. Whereas they all are in the material world. If all are same, why there is different result? It is not same. Don't be foolishly trying to compromise the whole thing. Or just to, let us all be friends. No, it is not to be friends here. We have to speak the truth. Whether the other party likes it or not. The truth is this. So Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. And nobody else. Not because, we worship, we are Hare Krishna people, that's why we are saying like this, You go to, I will go to some Shiva society, they will say, so Shiva is supreme. No, it is not because of we are Hare Krishna. We are following Hare Krishna because Krishna says I am supreme. It's the other way around. Not because our favorite God is Krishna, just favorite. No favoritism here. Mattaha parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam protam sutre manigana iva. Krishna is saying this. O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. So he is proclaiming that there is nobody superior to him. Of course, you may ask, anybody can say like this, no? How you can just believe what he is saying like that? Because nowadays we have one guru, bogus guru, he is also talking like this. I am actually avatar. The whole universe has to follow me. He is also talking like this. Krishna said, no, Maya Dhakshana Prakriti Sohite se Characharam. The whole universe is following me. He is also saying whole universe is following him. But when the universe asks him to go toilet, he has to go. What kind of following is that? When he eats too much, he has to go to toilet first. What control? He doesn't have control over his own bowels, first of all. First of all, ask him to stop his breathing. He doesn't even have control of that. He is controlling the universe. So you may say, oh, Krishna also may be talking like that, only like this guy. Krishna showed. He showed, that's why Arjuna asked, you show me your universal form. Show me that actually you are the supreme. There is no truth superior to you. Everything rests upon you. You are saying so many things. You are proclaiming. Show. And Krishna showed. The 11th chapter, whole universal form. Arjuna was describing what he's seeing. Ask this guy to show. That's when he will fall. So now we have to accept everything according to Shastra, according to scripture. Don't just because, oh, my grandfather followed this, my great grandfather followed. Yes, everybody is following something, Doesn't mean they're all right. What God says is right. Family traditions were supposed to uphold what God said. But somewhere along the line they missed the point. And they have, for a long time they have followed something which is off track. And now that became the so-called tradition. And now we are coming back to the actual truth. Oh, it is considered, oh, we are breaking the tradition. Like some of us, we face this when we come to Hare Krishna. Like for example, in my case, our family, they worship Lord Shiva. My father is very much against. Why you are worshipping Krishna? His name is Keshav, first of all. His name is Krishna's name. But, so, all this is because lack of understanding, lack of proper understanding. With all these misconceptions, full of confusion. They say Hinduism is best. Hindus, they compromise like this. Ours is the best religion. No forcing anyone. You can choose whatever God you want. Whichever is your favorite, you choose. No forcing, no compulsion, nothing. Religion full of freedom. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. When they don't know anything that is said in the scripture, this is how they talk. As if they know everything, as if they are better than, just trying to, because everybody is converting to other religions, so they have to do something to keep them here. Say something, anyway they don't know anything. Say something. They say these kind of things. So this is not the case at all. Here also, every religion says one God. We are very flexible. Very flexible. We are also saying the same thing. One God. That is the actual truth. God cannot be 2, 3 flexible on nonsense. God is only one, and Krishna is saying, I am that God. That's it. There is no question about it. Whatever other religions say that one God, all those names are of Krishna only. It's the same person. It is not that a Muslim God, this is a Hindu God. There is no such thing. So anyway, we have sidetracked quite a lot from the topic. Coming back to the point, Krishna, that supreme authority, is saying that we are actually that soul. So that's why we have to accept this knowledge. Because it is spoken by the Supreme, who said he is the Supreme and who proved he is the Supreme. Action and words must match the action. Not that high sounding words and zero action. That kind of people we don't want. So Krishna is saying that, what is today's verse? Tolerance. He is talking about tolerance. This is a very important topic actually. Why? Because, you see, if you see the word to word meaning, no, not word to word, onslaught. You see in the purport, anyone who is steady in his determination for the advanced stage of spiritual realization and can equally tolerate the onslaughts of distress and happiness. We'll pause here for a while, because onslaughts of distress and happiness. Onslaught. When something is attacking us, that is onslaught. So distress is onslaught. No, it is. We don't want something. It is like an attack. So we have to tolerate that. But here it is also said, happiness is also an onslaught. It is also as undesirable as distress. These materialistic motivational speakers, they say, be positive, be happy always, no matter what. They try to gravitate towards happiness, material happiness. Their whole definition of happiness is just to feel good and try to forget. Everybody will go through this. Like this. Just it is a passing phase. You have to rise from your whatever they will say. But actually, what they are saying is be happy. Don't be distressed. Don't be overtaken by distress. But actually, even that happiness is undesirable. It is not to be desired. Why? We should not be happy anymore? No. There is a stage why it is said you must tolerate even happiness. Why it is to be tolerated? Tolerating distress is understood. Okay, concept is understood. Why we have to tolerate happiness? Sukham aindriyakam daitya. Please chant. Sukham aindriyakam daitya. Deha yogena dehinam. Sarvatra labhyate daivad. Yatha dukkham ayatnatah. Prahlad Maharaj continued, my dear friends born of demoniac families, the happiness perceived with reference to the sense objects by contact with the body can be obtained in any form of life according to one's past fruitive activities. Such happiness is automatically obtained without endeavor, just as we obtain distress. See that? The happiness perceived with reference to the sense objects by contact with the body. Our happiness means, for eyes, if I want to be happy, I want to see some nice movie, something. Our happiness means when our senses are gratified, that we are defining as happiness. When the senses are fed their objects, their sense objects, we are translating it as happiness. When I get some nice food, my tongue is satisfied, I am happy. When I see some nice movie, some nice girl or some nice form, then my eyes are satisfied. Or when I want to smell some nice perfume, oh, my smell is satisfied, I want to. So our happiness means we are defining our happiness as the contact of our senses with their respective sense objects, smell or taste or form or touch, like this. So that is what is explained here. That happiness is obtained in any form of life according to one's past fruitive activities. Such happiness is automatically obtained without endeavor, just as we obtain distress. This is important. It is automatically obtained, just like distress is automatically coming, right? Nobody prays for distress, nobody goes to the temple or mosque, God please give me some problems today, I have had too much happiness until now. Nobody prays like this. Nobody prays for distress, nobody hopes for it. Everybody say happy Deepavali, happy New Year, happy Christmas, happy, everything happy, but distress coming. Why? Nobody wants it, but it is coming, right? Automatically. Like that, automatically happiness will come according to one's past fruitive activities. Whatever we deserve according to our activities, we will get. We don't have to pray to God to get our material happiness. No. Krishna has already arranged that. Therefore, people sometimes do not understand that how this guy is not even praying anything, nothing is doing, he is having fine time. So much wealth, I am a devotee, I am simple minded, I am not doing any cheating, nothing. I am not even getting what I am supposed to get, at least to maintain myself. And they become atheistic. They do not, they think that God means, if there is God means he should provide me at least, he should take care of whatever I have at least first. He is taking care, but we think he is not taking care. We have our own demands. He knows how to take care and how much trouble to give us, how much happiness to give us, he knows. So therefore, if we go to God for these things, this is called, that's why in Bhagavatam, Kaitav Dharma. Kaitav Dharma means cheating religion. In the name of so-called prayer, it is simply cheating. when it is materially motivated. When we ask God for, just like it, Prabhupada explained nicely, in Germany there was in the Second World War, there was all the men went to the battle, right? So their women, either mothers, sisters, daughters or wives, they went to the church praying for their husbands to come back. And none of them came back. And all those ladies became atheists. Another, in Russia, propaganda, communist propaganda. How? Oh, everybody is praying in the church, God give us our daily bread. So his Russian government arranged one truck of bread packets, full, and then came out and parked outside the church. They all prayed inside, came out. Everybody, these government people, they asked them, you asked God for the daily bread? Yes. Did he give you? No. Okay, here is the daily bread. So who is God? Government. Oh, yes. Fooled. Simply you can be fooled because you can be easily cheated with this kind of religion. If you take God as your order supplier, means whatever you order he has to supply, that kind of thing, that is cheating. Oh, I want my bread, please give me. This may be a good, it is a pious, okay, at least you are going to God for your bread. But this is not pure devotion. This is not pure devotion. And it will not last because you are going to God for a reason, for your own gratification. Therefore, it is like Prahlad Maharaj is saying, whatever bread you are supposed to get, whatever you are supposed to get, everything you will get according to your past activities. Automatically, you don't have to endeavor. Without prayer also you will get it. Prayer is not for that purpose at all. Prayer is our constitutional position. It is not done for some other reason to get something. No. That is what we should be doing. That is our duty to serve the Lord. Just because we are part and parcel of the Lord, the finger's duty is to cooperate with the stomach. It has to take food and it has to work hard somewhere and then get the money and go and buy the food. And the legs to go there to supermarket to buy the food or whatever. And then the hands must use for cooking and then the hand must put the food in the mouth into the stomach. So it has to cooperate with the stomach. Why it has to cooperate? Otherwise it cannot live. So as long as we do not cooperate with the Supreme, because why this example is given? Because when the stomach, if you feed, then the stomach will distribute the nutrients to every single corner of the body. So stomach apparently just sits down there doing nothing. And these hands, legs, brain all are working so hard to get that food into the mouth and into the stomach. And stomach is doing nothing. But if they think the stomach is doing nothing, now let's teach us the lesson. There's actually this story in the Hitopadesh scripture. This what is that called? Anecdote or parable like that. Story just to show us the idea. So all the body parts, they came and had a meeting once. Stomach was not there, and all of them had a meeting. I think the stomach we have to teach him a lesson. He's not doing anything here. We are all working so hard. We are putting our sweat, blood, tears to get our food to the stomach, and he's just sitting there and just doing nothing. Let the stomach go and work, And all the curfew, all the body parts curfew, no work, band. So the stomach, no food went inside. So 2-3 days passed. No energy was coming, blood was not coming into the hands. Feeling weak. Then the body parts again had meeting. I think we have a problem. Because if we are not putting food into the stomach, we are not getting our nutrition. So I think we have to put back. We have to all work and put into the stomach. Then they also got the energy. Similarly, this is to signify that our position, we are trying to be happy, but we are not trying to cooperate with the Lord. We are having our own desires. Lord is saying one thing, we are doing another thing. That is our present state. That's why we are not happy. If the finger tries to be happy on its own without cooperating with the stomach, no, let me eat the food myself. How can it eat? Cannot eat. So, similarly, we are trying to be happy on our own without cooperating with the Lord. But if we cooperate with the Lord, that's when we will actually become happy. So prayer is for that purpose. When we chant Hare Krishna, we are asking Radha Krishna, please engage me in your service. Let me be your servant, not let you be my servant. This is prayer. This is actual prayer. Because our constitutional position is to serve. So we should ask the Lord, opportunity, please engage me in your service. This is actual prayer. Otherwise, so-called happiness and distress we will get according to our past. It's more clearly explained in this verse. Rishabha uvacha Nayam deho deha bhajam nirloke Kashtan kaman arhate vidbhujam ye Tapo divyam putra kayena sattvam Suddhyed yasmad brahma saukhyam tvanantam. Lord Rishabhadev told his sons, my dear boys, of all the living entities who have accepted material bodies in this world, one who has been awarded this human form should not work hard day and night simply for sense gratification, which is available even for dogs and hogs that eat stool. One should engage in penance and austerity to attain the divine position of devotional service. By such activity, one's heart is purified, and when one attains this position, he attains eternal blissful life, which is transcendental to material happiness and which continues forever. This is the happiness we have to crave for. And actually, if you crave for, you won't get it. If you serve Krishna for his satisfaction, then we will get this happiness. A devotee does not want happiness for himself. He only wants Krishna to be happy. But in that activity, he will get his happiness. Just like if the finger cooperates with the stomach, then the finger also gets energy. Like that. So we will get our happiness, eternal happiness, blissful life, with service to Krishna. This material happiness is what we should tolerate. It is not actually a desirable condition. In fact, spiritually speaking, material distress is a more better conducive position than material happiness. You know? Because in material distress, we are forced to be humble. We are forced to be always praying in a praying mood. You know? Always trying to depend on the Lord. But when there is happiness, we try to forget the Lord. And there is too much material happiness, too much, fame, too much money. We get embroiled in those activities of protecting our wealth and expanding our business or whatever, and the materialistic endeavors. We get lost in that so-called happiness. And happiness, when we are happy, naturally we have a sense of pride in that achievement or whatever. Pride means we are thinking that I am the cause for this. I am so good. Or even if we say, oh, by Krishna's mercy, this has come. That is good, but then our focus is on that happiness. So where our focus is, so these are actually distractions. This happiness is a distraction, distress is also a distraction. It does not belong to the soul at all. It belongs only to the contact of the body with its sense objects. Happiness is again the gratification of our senses. And distress is when we cannot gratify our senses. That is a distress for us. But here, our whole idea, Bhagavad Gita is saying, you are not the body. So whether the body's senses come in contact with undesirable things or desirable things, you just don't get distracted. One who is steady, what is the The person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. Sometimes, we get calls to our temple. Swamiji, Panditji, something, or sir, I want to control my anger, control my mind. You have any, how to do, any ideas, any tips? Or you have any classes I can attend? Of course we have, but the thing is, the focus is not to control the anger or control the mind, control our feelings, emotions. No, this is not the focus. You are still focusing on the same things, that you want to control these things. For what? That is the question. Why do you want to control these things? Why it is not desirable that you sometimes go high and sometimes go low? Why? If there is no higher purpose, then it is not useful. If you just want to be, actually usually what they mean by control is they don't want to be negative or distressful. They want to be in material happiness. This is what they usually want. But actually here it is said, one must be steady in both. And how we can be steady in both? When we have a purpose that is not sense gratification. Happiness and distress in the material world is sense gratification. When we think sense gratification is the aim of life, of course when the senses are gratified I will feel happy, because that is my aim, I have achieved it. And when I cannot achieve it, I will always be distressful. I will be hankering, I will be lamenting, because I cannot achieve it. So when we define the happiness in our life as sense gratification doesn't, we are not only meaning hedonistic, partying and just splashing wealth around. No. Anything other than Krishna consciousness, any other desire than that desire to serve only Krishna for his satisfaction is sense gratification. Even though it may be very, very slight. No, I just want a healthy life. That is also sense gratification. I am not asking much. I just want minimum. That is also sense gratification. Because you want to be happy. That's the base. I am happy not with big wealth. I just want a little bit. I will be happy with that. I will be happy. That should be underlined. When I say I, that is finish. That is sense gratification. When Krishna will be happy, that is the idea of devotional service, of spiritual life. So when our focus is on how to always make Krishna happy, then we can be steady. For example, let's take a material example. I already told before in the beginning of the class. In winter, in those cold countries like even Russia, people go to work. Sub-zero temperatures, minus 20, minus 30, they are going to work. They are tolerating. If given a chance, nobody would want to go out. But they are going. Because why? Just because they want to condition their body to cold temperatures. No. They have another purpose. They are not trying to be happy in that cold temperature. They know it is not happy position, but still they have some duty to do. They have to report to work. So they are tolerating, okay, even though it's inconvenient, never mind. Let me, whatever it is, tolerate it and go. Like that. So these happiness and distress are distractions on the path of self-realization. So the real thing we have to desire is, how can I always be engaged in Krishna's service without any interruption? That should be the duty of human life. Every other thing is a distraction. So if we understand that, firstly we are the soul, and soul means we are related to the super soul. Now we are thinking I am this body, so I am related to my family. The moment our definition is made, who we are, according to that definition we form a society. If I think I am this body, then so and so is my mother, so and so is my father, so and so is my brother, sister, wife, daughter, son, relatives, friends, enemies, all based on the idea that I am this body. But if I am not the body, then this person is not my father, this person is not my mother, this person is not my wife, this person is not my children. Then our definition of our reality becomes different. Our perception of reality becomes different. So who I am related to? If none of these are my relatives, if this is not my friend, if this is not my enemy, if this is not my, then what is all this? And who am I related to? Then the other question is, that missing question will be answered in the Bhagavad Gita later on, that we are actually related to the Lord. We are not related to, we are related to these everybody, but through the Lord. This is where universal brotherhood comes. Now we are thinking, this is my family, this is my immediate, that is not my family, that is something else, those are somebody else. We are thinking like this because of our limited conception. Universal brotherhood means when we accept the universal fatherhood of God, because Krishna says, Aham bija pradapita, of all species of life, I am the father. When he said that, if he is the father, then we all should be brothers and sisters or children of him. In this way, universal brotherhood is easily achievable. They want peace, they want United Nations, all this will fail if they don't relate to Krishna, if they don't accept Krishna as the Supreme Father. Only if they accept him as a Supreme Father, then they will become universal brothers and sisters, whatever. So all this is automatically achieved. Whatever moral high standards we want to achieve with our conventions and United Nations big arrangements is easily achievable if you become a devotee of Krishna. So therefore, this Bhagavad Gita message must be spread all across the globe. This is not Hinduism, this is not only for Hindus or Indians, this is for everybody. It's a universal science. This is based on very scientific and logical basis. The other day, when Monday, I was outside somewhere. So I met this person. He was I think, he's a Swiss, but Turkish origin. So he was saying that science and religion are two domains. They cannot be overlapping, and they should not overlap. Spiritual and religion should be always separate from science. It should not be able to explain everything scientifically. Science should explain everything with logic and laws and everything. Spiritual is a different thing. He doesn't have the slightest idea. Of course, we try to explain a bit. Some of it got into his head, but not much. But he was saying, we told him that, see, if God created everything, then you say, what is science? You are trying to understand this world around you with your understanding of its laws and understanding of its mechanics. Now, you are trying to understand how it is working, but who set the whole thing working? If you are trying to find out the laws under which this world is running, and you call that science, and the one who made those laws, God, when he tells about this world, is that not science? An investigation must be always, like if there is some fingerprint somewhere, I must try to find out whose fingerprint is it. That's how an investigation goes. So if you have investigated something, there is some cause behind this. Oh, suppose somebody murdered. Then the investigation officers, what they will do? They will try to find out some hints about and try to find out who actually did it. So this should be science. This is proper science. So if you find that this is all done very nicely and there are laws and it's not random, there is a law of gravity, there is a law of everything. For everything there has a law. And if there is a law, there should be some order. That means you are accepting there is some order. And whom is maintaining that order? Who brought that order into place first of all? So if you say this is science, it is a continuation. It is just an extension of the same science. You have to investigate and come to a point where you have identified the person who did all these things that you are studying in the name of science. Now how then can God be not a subject of science? It is science. Then, of course, before that he donated something. We gave him magazine. Our magazine is Science of Godhead. I was like, Science God? Okay, let me see. He went. So, this is not different realms. In fact, in the name of science, there is only mostly speculation. Partly they get it right, some things, which they can, that too by the grace of God, which they can understand, some things. But many things they cannot understand. And those things you can understand from the scriptures. So, everything you want to know is already there in the scriptures. If we just follow this thing, then everything will be alright. We will know everything. Mam evam asammudho janati purushottamam sa sarvavid bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata yo mam evam asammudho. Whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting is the knower of everything. He therefore engages himself in full devotional service to me, O son of Bharata. See? Once you know Krishna, then you will know everything, how everything is working. You may not know the exact details. Everything means as much as you need to know. As much as we cannot know everything. How can we know everything? Even Brahma is saying, I don't know anything about you. So everything means everything that you need to know, you will know. And if Krishna wants, he can reveal everything also. One time Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, you are a pure devotee, so you have direct communication with Krishna. So you do know everything? Then Prabhupada said, I know everything that I need to know. That everything Krishna wants me to know. That much I know. So, and that's how a pure devotee, he does not want to like to show off. So, that is the way how to be steady. So, we must have a purpose, a very, very strong purpose in life. What is that purpose? Not simply, oh, yes, my purpose is this, my purpose is that, everybody has their own. No. That purpose must align with our reality, our existence. Our existence is that we are first of all soul and we are part and parcel of Supreme Soul. Our reality is that we should always be engaged in Krishna's service. That is our reality. Now we are engaged in service of humanity, in the service of family, in the service of nation, in the service of animals, animal rights, they have their own societies. So I am in service of so many other imperfect masters. All of them are actually supposed to be servants of Krishna, the original master. We are servants of the original master, Krishna. So once we come back to that master, then that is perfect position. So that should be the aim of life. When that is so strong, then we will not mind all these inconveniences. Instead of harping, over this inconvenience, that inconvenience, or complaining. No, we will, don't bother, okay, fine. Whatever my karma doesn't matter. Even happiness comes, no, let me not be distracted. That's why Kunti Devi said, Kunti Devi is preferring a distressful condition over a happiness condition. Why? Because of this reason. Vipata santu taha shashvat tatra jagat guru bhavato darshanam yat syat apunar bhava darshanam. I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again. See, we just now said who go to the temple and ask for calamity. She is asking. Kunti Devi, mother of the Pandavas, she is asking. I wish that all those calamities which happen in our life happen again and again. Not again once more, no. Again and again, many times. So that we could see you again and again. She is talking to Krishna. Krishna, when we all had difficulties, you were always with us. Now the Kurukshetra war is finished. All the Kauravas are killed. Now you are going back to your Dwarka. You are going away. You are leaving us. No, we would want you to be with us. If that means we have problems, I want that all those problems again. So that you are with us. For seeing you means that we will no longer see repeated births and deaths. That is the real problem. Seeing births and deaths millions of times, which we have done until now. That is the real problem. Therefore, to avoid that problem, I don't mind these small problems here in this life. Some insult here, some difficulty in the forest there. This is nothing compared to repeated births and deaths. So it doesn't matter, all those calamities, let them come. We want you to be with us. This is devotee. Devotee doesn't mind all these calamities. As long as he can serve Krishna, he is happy. Even if he is in hell, if he can chant Hare Krishna, he is happy. That is devotee. He is not asking, how come I'm chanting Hare Krishna, I'm going to hell. Bali Maharaj surrendered everything. Just recently we have Vamana Dwadasi, we had a class. We were reading about Vamana and Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj surrendered everything, the whole universe to Krishna, to Vamana Dev. And for that, what he got? He went to hell. He went to hell. But Bali Maharaj accepted. Whatever you want, you are the Lord. So Vamana Dev was very pleased with his attitude. So his hell, Sutala planet, is more actually auspicious than the Indraloka. The level of grandeur is more than that, Indraloka. And Vamana Dev, the incarnation of Godhead, he became his personal doorkeeper, gatekeeper. That much he was rewarded because of his surrender. This is special thing. Even in a hellish condition, Narayana para sarve nakutasana bibhyati. See, Narayana paraha sarve nakutasana bibhyati svargapavarga narakeshu api tulyartha darshinaha. Devotees solely engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana never fear any condition of life. For them, the heavenly planets, liberation, and the hellish planets are all the same. For such devotees are interested only in the service of the Lord. This is called tolerance. No matter what, even hell also never mind. Even if I am roasted alive, doesn't matter. I want to chant Hare Krishna. If I can do that, hell is better than heaven. But if I am so-called liberated, merged in the impersonal absolute, I cannot chant the name of Krishna. That is hell. Kaivalyam narakayate. Kaivalyam become naraka if I cannot serve the Lord. Therefore, what is that? 2:29-13. Salokya sarshti samipya saropyaikatvam apyuta diyamanam na grihananti vina matsevanam janah. Kapiladev, incarnation of Krishna, is saying, a pure devotee does not accept any kind of liberation, salokya, sarshti, samipya, sarupya or ekatva, even though they are offered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These are 5 kinds of liberation. So even he doesn't want to get liberated. Salokya means to be in the same planet as the Lord. Sarshti means to have the same richness or opulence as the Lord, wealth as the Lord. Samipya means one to be close with the Lord, very, very intimate associate with the Lord. Sarupya means to have the same form as the Lord. So in the Vaikuntha, everybody has the same form of 4-handed, Chaturbuja, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, everything. They're also as beautiful as Vishnu, Narayana. Ekatva means to merge in the Brahmajyoti. All these things devotee does not accept, even though they are offered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He just wants service. Whether in the material world or spiritual, it doesn't matter for him. He does not demand that I want liberation. No, he doesn't even want that. Liberation, bhakti, when he is engaged in Krishna consciousness service, it is more than liberation. Liberation is just one side effect of bhakti. So, any questions or comments on this topic? Any questions? Any doubts? Nothing, then we will stop here. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।